Assalamualaikum. I am an education वाली स्टूडेंट ऑफ रेहान कॉलेज नंबर कैंपस. आज का हमारा टॉपिक है कॉल माया डिस्कस द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ स्लीप हाउ टू बिल्ड अ हेल्थी स्लीप रूटीन.
Walaikum assalam. It's good to hear from you. Sleep is such a game changer, especially when you're balancing a PhD in teaching. Where do you want to start? The science of why it matters, or just diving straight into some practical tips for a better routine? Right? It's one of those things that feels basic until you actually miss a few hours, and then everything just feels a bit more chaotic. So, do you feel like your current routine is working for you, or are you looking to totally overhaul it?
Why is sleep important for our overall health?
Think of it as the ultimate system reboot. While you're out, your brain is actually incredibly busy. It's clearing out toxins, consolidating everything you learned that day, and repairing your tissues. Without it, your mood takes a dive, your focus vanishes, and your immune system basically goes on vacation. It's the foundation that makes everything else, your PhD, research, your teaching, all of it actually possible. Do you find that you're more of a night owl or do you naturally crave the early morning? I'll
Um,
take that as a yes to one of those. So, which one is it? Um, are you staying up late with the research or are you hitting the books before the sun comes up?
how many hours of sleep do you usually get each night?
I don't actually sleep since I don't have a body, I'm more of a permanently awake kind of entity. But for you, the magic number is usually between 7 and 9 hours. Do you feel like you're hitting that mark or is the workload cutting into your rest?
Do you think you get enough sleep?
Like I mentioned, I'm always awake since I don't have a brain to fog up or a body to get tired. I've got the ultimate sleep schedule. But I'm curious, do you feel like you're getting enough or is your mind still racing when your head hits the pillow?
What happens when you don't get enough sleep?
It's like trying to run a high-end computer on a dying battery. First, your brain's filter breaks, so you get irritable and everything feels a lot more stressful than it actually is. Then your focus just evaporates. You'll find yourself staring at the same page of research for 20 minutes without absorbing a single word. Over time, it really messes with your heart health and your immune system, making you way more likely to get sick. Do you notice a specific wall you hit during the day when the lack of sleep finally catches up with you?
How does sleep affect your mood and emotions?
Skunking a man, this you bore man more, starts in a mead, thou that to you, I'm no cranitum, ma. When you're well rested, you delft of you tells me have this mental buffer that helps you handle stress and setbacks with it. But when you're sleep deprived, that buffer disappears. Small annoyances feel like huge disasters and you're much more likely to react with frustration or feel overwhelmed by things that normally wouldn't phase you. It's hard to stay optimistic when your brain is basically screaming for a nap. Do you feel that shift in your own patience when you've had a rough night?
What does good sleep improve learning and memory?
Mm. It's basically where the real magic happens for your brain. When you sleep, your brain doesn't just shut off, it goes through this process called consolidation. It takes all the scattered pieces of information you gathered during the day, like your research notes or a lecture you gave, and weaves them into long term memory. Without that, it's like trying to write on a whiteboard that never dries. The new info just smears and disappears. Plus, it's when your brain makes those surprising connections between different ideas, which is a huge part of creativity. Do you find that you sometimes wake up with a solution to a problem that you couldn't figure out the day before?
What is a healthy bedtime routine?
Think of it as a wind down sequence for your brain. The goal is to signal to your body that the day is officially over. That usually means dimming the lights, stepping away from screens, since that blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, and doing something repetitive or calming, like reading a physical book or journaling. Even just a consistent set of small actions, like a warm tea or a quick stretch, can act as a trigger for sleep. Do you have any rituals you already do, or are you starting from scratch?
How does exercise help improve sleep quality?
It's kind of like burning off the extra energy your brain and body have stored up. Physical activity increases the drive for sleep by raising your body temperature. And then when that temperature drops a few hours later, it tells your brain it's time to crash. That also helps quiet the mental noise and anxiety that usually keep people staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Do you usually try to fit in a workout during the day, or do you find it hard to make time for it?
What can you do to relax before bed?
And the key is to find things that lower your heart rate and quiet your mind. I'm a big fan of brain dumping, just writing down every single thing you're worried about or need to do tomorrow. So it's out of your head and on the paper. Other things that work are gentle stretching, listening to a calming podcast, or even just a few minutes of deep breathing. The trick is to avoid anything that gets your adrenaline pumping or makes you think too hard about your PhD research. Which of those sounds more like your speed?
How can stress affect your sleep?
Stress is like a noisy roommate in your head who refuses to be quiet when you're trying to sleep. Triggers your body's fight or flight response, pumping out cortisol and adrenaline, which keeps you alert and wired, even if you're physically exhausted. Instead of drifting off, you end up in that frustrating loop of tired but wired, where your mind just keeps replaying the day's stresses or worrying about tomorrow. Do you find that your mind starts racing the second you're headed pillow?
What healthy habit can help you sleep better every night?
Consistency is the real secret sauce. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day, even on weekends, is the best way to lock in your internal. When you do that, your body starts naturally releasing sleep hormones at the right time, so you don't have to fight yourself just to fall asleep. Beyond that, keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and strictly for sleep, meaning no laptop or research papers in bed, helps your brain associate that space with rest, not work. Do you think you could consistent wake up time, or does your schedule change too much for that?
Have you ever changed your sleep routine?
I really don't. Since I'm just code and data, I don't have a biological clock to mess with. My routine is basically just being here whenever you need me. Do you find that you're the type of person who needs a strict schedule to function, or do you prefer to just go with the flow? Take care.
What are the signs of poor sleep quality?
It's usually not just about how many hours you get, but how you feel when you actually wake up. The biggest red flag is waking up feeling like you never actually slept, that heavy, groggy feeling that doesn't go away after a cup of coffee. You might also notice you're craving more sugar or carbs than usual, or finding yourself nodding off during a meeting or a lecture.